Welcome to About Being Whole, where we use art to calm ourselves and to learn about our emotional worlds. I'm your life coach, Bobby Wynn. Let's get started. Hello, guys. Welcome back. I am so glad you came back to visit. Today, we are just going to chat. While I paint, we're going to talk about hope and expectation. I don't know what it's like where you are right now, but here in Utah, we just got done with a huge old snowstorm, which is winter in Utah, and I love it. But the last few days, the sun's been out and the sky is blue and the birds are singing, and it feels a little bit like hope outside. Like hope that spring is going to come and hope that change is going to come. I should be able to get my vaccine pretty soon. Not, I think, the next group of people, but the one after that. And I'm so excited. That feels like hope too. After this whole last year of just not knowing what was going to happen, I think we all have felt like, ooh, hope is I don't know if I want to hope. I might just kind of put hope in the, back of the closet for a minute. At least that's what I felt like for the last year, because we just haven't known. But, lately it feels like hope, and hope feels so good. Hope feels good. So, last week I was talking with a client, and we were talking about the difference between hope and expectation. And I was telling her that expectation is like I picked up a rock that was on my desk, and I showed her in the video me holding that rock so hard, so tightly that my knuckles were turning white and my muscles were all clenched. That's what expectation is. And we had a big old conversation about what expectation feels like and what expectation usually ends up being, which is anger or frustration or confusion or hurt or pain. In the end, most times when we have really strong expectations, we're hurt. And the reason for that is because we have very little control over most things in our lives. We don't like to admit that, but it's true. There's a handful of things we have control over, but we try to have control over a bucket load by expecting things to turn out a certain way. So, she was saying, but shouldn't we expect something? Otherwise, what's the point? And that's when we got in the conversation about the difference between expectation and hope. If expectation is that white-knuckled hanging onto that rock so hard that you couldn't even pry it out of my hands, then hope is an open palm, held softly open, and the rock just sitting gently in the center. Hope is held softly, and when we hold it in an open palm without any need to grasp tightly, there's plenty of room left in that open palm for whatever is going to happen to just sort of land there in that palm with our expectation. And in the end, there's a pretty good chance it won't look exactly like our expectation. But if we hold it soft and open and allow that thing to become what that thing is going to be, all the while hoping that it will look close to what we want, then hope becomes a joy. Then hope becomes like Christmas morning. That feeling of, oh my goodness, It's so exciting. I wonder what it's going to be like. That's the difference between expectation and hope. Expectation is hard, hope is soft. Expectation gets angry if it doesn't get its way. Hope gets excited to see what it's going to become and grateful at the very end. Now, there are a lot of ways I think that we can look at this, and a lot of ways that you could probably figure out how to change from a hard expectation to a soft hope. But I think the probably easiest way to do that is by learning how to breathe through discomfort, because losing control is uncomfortable, right? Seeing our expectation fall apart in front of our eyes is uncomfortable. We talked in an earlier video about breathing through discomfort. And if we can practice that, what a gift. You know, then we can practice loosening the grip and holding our hand open for whatever that thing is going to become. We can have expectations for ourselves, expectations for a circumstance, and a lot of times we have expectations for other people. And that one kind of makes me sad because for me, that's not fair. If someone has big expectations for me, that puts me in an unfair place because I can only do what I am capable of doing. And there's a really good chance I can't be what you expect me to be, but I can be all that I am. So maybe if we hold heavy expectations on others, it might be a good idea to think twice. This old picture is one that I had no expectations of. It's just an abstract plopping down of paint and color and water. And sometimes that's what life is too, right? Hold softly to hope.